1 KFMA, Oro Valley, Tucson, an Arizona Lotus Corp radio station.
Do you even smart speaker, bro?
Listen on your Amazon Echo device. Alexa, play Rock 102.1 KFMA.
You say it, I'll play it.
You want it? You got it. Reality radio done right. No nonsense, real and raw, just like you like it.
He's corrupt, he's inexperienced, and he lies.
Broadcasting from a broom closet in the Arizona Lotus Studios, it's Beef Vegan Presents.
Yo, welcome back to the show. It's Beef Vegan Presents live at Rock 102.1 KFMA, streaming worldwide at KFMA.com on this beautiful Friday, November 17th. Good morning, Weirdo.
Good morning.
And good morning, Tucson. We got a great show lined up for you today. I was going to make it even greater. I was attempting to. Yesterday was my birthday, and I like to thank everyone who wished me well wishes. I literally got flowers yesterday.
Awesome.
Yeah, so shout out to Alex for that. Flowers in my life.
Nice.
And I can see the appeal now.
Makes you feel real special, doesn't it?
Oh, I was super dainty. I was feeling super fresh. And yeah, I walked around the building afterwards, had Mari shoot video of me just casually walking around with my giant vase of roses and balloons. And then people were like, "Oh, is today your birthday?" Like, how did you know? Sons of bitches, you guys never wished me happy birthday before. But now I got to walk around with roses just so you recognize.
Yeah.
And that was for the people that were in the building. But what I wanted to do today, I was hoping that we'd be able to get our phones back up and running and then basically give birthday presents to you guys, the listeners, because honestly, as far as a birthday present's concerned, your continued support, listening to the show, that's all I could ever ask for. That's all I aspire to do, is to be able to entertain you. And I had all these tickets lined up, but the phone's still down. No, still down. I will figure out a way where I could give out some of these tickets. And like I said, I had tickets to give away every single hour. Mucho loaded me up with tickets for like Flog and Molly, Buck Cherry,
Nice.
Dia de las Luchas, all that stuff. And unfortunately, phones are down, so I can't even just fire off and do random games. But we still have so much stuff to get to today. Yesterday, Weirdo asked this question based off a conversation we were having about getting fired.
Yes.
Right. And what was the question you posted on your Facebook page?
I said, have you ever been fired from a job? What happened?
Exactly. Right.
Mhm.
So our theme today is When You Were Fired Friday. It's as simple as that. We're going to be sharing some of our favorite comments and stories from Weirdo's post of all the different times that people got fired. And it's something that we could all relate to, because I'm sure we've all been fired. Some of us, rightfully so, and we admit it. And some of us, unjustly. And actually, I think a lot of us have both experiences where we've been fired, where we're like, that was messed up and it shouldn't have been fired, and it's your guys' loss. And then on the flip side of that coin was like, yeah, I was effing around. I should have got fired.
No, I've only ever been fired from one job.
And what was the job?
Subway.
Oh, yeah, because you were pregnant.
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, and I have been fired and rehired from multiple jobs. I was the guy that you hate to love, and especially when it came to management, where they're just like, you know what, you're messing up, man. You're out of here. Get out of here. Right. And then a couple months later, be like, I kind of miss you, though. So you could come on back.
Yeah.
I mean, it happened numerous times. And in this industry, they say you haven't made it until you've been fired.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And, I remember hearing this as I was trying to break into radio, doing the show out of my house for so many years. And this was the cliche. And I wasn't getting fired from a volunteer job. So I felt defeated no matter what. I'm like, no matter what I do, I'm not going to get fired from this job because I'm literally just showing up every day. Right. So I guess I'll never make it. I'll never, get into the industry. And then there was a programmer up in Phoenix named Mark Young. He actually used to be the afternoon DJ on KFMA back in the day. He used to go by Young Mark. And he believed in me. So he hired me on the hot AC station for a while. And so I was doing just like weekend stuff and, learning how to jock and get my, feet wet in the industry, kind of legitimize my experiences. And there was a rebranding of the station. This happens all the time, right? Especially with corporate radio stations. And I didn't get the email. Like literally, I did not get the email saying there was a rebranding. And the consultant who was listening to my shift heard me say the old branding, got mad and complained to Mark Young, said, hey, this dummy on the weekend saying the old brand, reprimand him, fix it. And Mark must have had a busy week because he didn't get around to it, right? He forgot to give me the heads up. So then I go into my next shift. And again, I'm like, trending radio, blah, 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 right? Here's Taylor Swift, Justin Bieber, kill me. And so anyways, again, I'm just doing what I'm supposed to be doing in my mind. And then I get a call saying, Beef, I need you to come in and meet with me. And that's never a good thing. Yeah. So I go in and meet, and there's tears in his eyes, right? Oh. He is upset because he knows that he kind of screwed me inadvertently, right?
Well, first you didn't get the email, and then you didn't get the update.
Yes. So I didn't get the email and I didn't get the update. And so he's looking, he's like, I'm sorry, man, but he explained the situation and then how I did it again. And in this situation, it was either all hell was going to break loose onto him or I could be the fall guy, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm so sorry. I'm going to have to let you go. And I'm telling you, is like his voice is cracking. His eyes are watering. And I'm smiling like the effing Joker. And he's like, what? Why are you so happy? I thought you liked, working this. And I'm like, I do, but I made it. I made it. All right, we're back here live on the podcast broadcast. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. That was Saliva. And welcome. And of course, we're getting ready for, got a couple buddies coming in. Ryan, the game ops manager from your Tucson Roadrunners, going to give you a rundown of what to expect this weekend as there's 2 back-to-back home games. And my buddy Brandon that I work with, who I've been molding into a man. Mm-hmm. We're going to see some before and afters. Before, I started roasting him, and then after.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm telling you, there's a silver lining there to my workplace verbal abuse. And it wasn't even abuse. We'll get to that later.
Okay.
I want to get into this OnlyFans story of the week because this is kind of monumental. This is the first time, it won't be the last time, that 2 teachers from the same school were outed for having OnlyFans. Now, the first one, Brianna, has gone viral and is now making more money in a single month than she made in a year.
Yeah.
And quickly elevated, mind you, from doing tasteful nudes to doing like threesomes with professional porn stars within 6 months.
Wow.
That escalated very quickly.
Yeah, it did.
That's normally not the case. Mm-hmm. And it's not recommended. But again, my point is, if you want these stories to stop, if you want our good educators to not, resort to porn to get by, then you do one of 2 things. Right? You either pay them more or you hire unattractive. It's one or the other or both. Okay. And if you don't do that, then this is going to continue to happen time and time again. I got a news story here that I'm going to share with you guys on the stream. You'll be able to see more of it. And it goes a little something like this.
Another teacher's side hustle is potentially putting her career in jeopardy tonight. A second St. Clair High School teacher pushing adult content online, now on leave.
She believes the reason is her OnlyFans account. The platform is an internet subscription service, and only on 4 tonight, Shoshana Stahl speaks to the teacher turned porn star.
Now stop right there.
Right.
It's like, bro, she's not doing porn yet. That's the other teacher who is doing porn.
Right.
Now, sure, she will do porn probably. Mm-hmm. I mean, just based off of the timeline of these things, it happens pretty quickly. But until then, it's exotic art. It's, how would you describe it without like graphically labeling it porn star?
Exotic photography, implied nudity,
adult content provider, things like that. Yeah. Come on now.
Being paid by your tax dollars.
Shut up.
I refuse to resign for something that I don't feel like I did wrong. So they're going to have to either let me come back or they're going to have to find a way to fire me.
Megan Gaither has been teaching at St. Clair High School for 4 years. Her career now hangs in the balance after she was put on leave. She thinks that's because she started an OnlyFans account.
I know what it looks like. I know it doesn't look good, but I truly did not want this. And in a heartbeat, I would give it all up. I would give every penny back. I would go back to the beginning of summer and I wouldn't have joined OnlyFans.
Now that's what she's saying right now because she, wasn't making money off OnlyFans. The thing with Megan here, who's solid, she's a gorgeous woman.
Yeah.
She wasn't using her face in the profile pics, right? So she didn't have her face in it at all.
Mm-hmm.
And so, she wasn't making that much money. She was just showing tasteful nudes and trying to promote it there. The way that she got outed, she was tagged in a photograph with the other teacher who got, outed, fired, and now is viral and making tons of money. And then, like parents and students put two and two together and considered she's cute enough, matched the butt to the naked butt pic. And that's how she was outed. Since then, though, and we'll continue to play the clip on the podcast broadcast stream. Since then, she went under a different alias, right?
Mm-hmm.
She did suspend her OnlyFans account, but since the school has now suspended her and it looks like she's going to get fired, she has now re-uploaded the OnlyFans account and is using her real name, meaning she's going to cash in.
Yeah, she is.
So you just effed up. There's another teacher and cheerleading coach that you will not get back, and now she'll be a millionaire. And now what are you going to do? Right. So one of two things going to happen to stop this from continuing to happen. Pay teachers more or hire unattractive. We're going to keep the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast. We got more coming up next. It'll be Vegan Presents. Keep it right here. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. You like how I say that?
You're just like, hire ugly or pay them more.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to help out my ugly
both.
people.
Like you just said, like, I don't know.
I know. Anthony said my teachers always looked like Mel Gibson from the 80s. Not mine.
Oh, my God.
I had a couple teachers growing up that I wish, like Miss Wilson, if you're out there, I know that you're probably like 60 now, but probably still slamming. I would subscribe.
Oh my God. I had a substitute teacher in 3rd grade that looked exactly like Tommy, the green Power Ranger from the Power Rangers. We were all crushing, like long hair with the little shaved sides and the ponytail and everything.
Right.
Oh.
And then Anthony sends me a picture of Mel Gibson. Thanks, but I know what Mel Gibson looked like. All right, let's watch a little bit more of this as the story develops, and then we can also make fun of the newscasters here because they're idiots. Check this out.
Because I love my job and I love teaching so much.
That's
With
sweet.
2 graduate degrees, student loans piled up, totaling about $126,000. Gaither is an English teacher and also coaches cheerleading for the St. Clair Bulldogs. She says by doing teaching and coaching, her salary comes to about $47,000 a year.
I thought about getting a second job, but when I thought about, how busy I am with coaching and with teaching, teaching isn't just 7:30 to 3:30 every day. Then you have coaching until 5:30 or 6, not including the games. And then, I grade at home. You have 150 students. You take those papers home to grade. I just didn't see logistically how I could do that.
Gaither's
right. So, that's insane how much she had to do just to get by, just to get that extra raise. And, it's just unfair. It's unfair. She's busted her ass and raising a family. As you can tell, there are family pics in the background.
Yeah. Well, and like with, my husband's a former teacher. And like at one point he was like, yeah, I got to get a second job. And I was like, well, I'll try Lyft or Uber. And he did. And like, he could only do it for a couple weeks.
Right.
It was too much because the only time that he could, drive would be in like the evenings to like late night, like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
And it just was not worth it.
Yeah, no, it's not. Yeah. And so you have to put in even more hours. So, she already has a second job in being the coach.
Right.
And then to add a third job in that situation.
Yeah, because I guarantee before the coaching money came in, she was making less than 40 a year.
Yeah. Yes, Snoop Dogg really did quit smoking, apparently, on National Smokeout Day. And that's the reports. He said he was smoking up to 150 blunts a day. And, if he is quitting smoking, I bet you it's a health issue. I mean, Snoop Dogg's getting up there. And 150 blunts, you don't think about the weed. Think about the nicotine and tobacco because they're blunts. He's smoking tobacco leaves. And smoking that much, cigars basically, is going to be detrimental to your health. The weed's not going to offset that. It's only going to make it worse.
How many blunts a day?
150 is what he said. Yeah. So
that's a lot.
And keep in mind, he had a professional blunt roller as part of his crew. Yeah. It's been a while, Patrick. Good to see you on the stream. I do have more that I have to go. I want to get Ryan and Brandon set up here. So go ahead and grab them up, weirdo. And we're gonna I'm gonna get another little clip. Earlier this morning, our theme today is what got you fired, right? And Weirdo shared some of the best comments on her page when she asked this question on our Facebook page, and they're pretty good. In case you missed it, it went a little something like this. Weirdo asked this question on our Facebook page yesterday as we're talking about times we got fired. The question was simple: what got you fired? And tons of people replied. How many people commented on that one post?
I think I got 52 comments so far.
All right. So I just share with me right now a couple of your favorite stories that you came across in your comments.
One of my friends from Chelsea up in Phoenix, she's like, my dad fired me from a construction site once. I don't remember why. I think he was just ticked off.
So,
your own dad fired you.
Yeah, but that doesn't count because when you do family businesses, you'll fire somebody in your family out of frustration, but not necessarily mean it. You know, I mean, you might want to secretly do it, but you know you're going to bring them back. They're family.
Yeah.
Family businesses are the worst, by the way. You should never get involved in a family business.
No.
Yes.
No. And she also said her first job, she was only 13 and lied about her age. They did eventually find out, and then she was fired.
Okay.
All right, Chelsea.
Yeah, there's a couple times that Chelsea's been fired. All right, what else?
They called a dentist out on coming to work under the influence and got fired when I said something. So being a whistleblower.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it was the dentist who was under the influence who had the power to fire whoever snitched him out. But yeah, I mean, at the same time, yeah, I mean, that's immoral to operate on somebody under the influence. Not cool.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking Steve Martin in Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah.
I'm not stating myself, but, at the same time, I mean, you took the moral high road. I guess it was good. You were going to quit anyways.
Probably.
Yeah. So.
And then my friend Helene, I believe their exact words were, you lost your passion for burrito making, so we need to part ways.
That's so great. Only in Arizona. It's a right to work state. So,
right.
That was the best excuse they could come up with. I wonder if she went in and she had like an amazing passion for it. Like,
right.
I do actually, I can see that happening. I worked at PF Chang's once and they would do mushu wraps. And initially when you do mushu wraps, you would take like 2 utensils and you put a little soy sauce on it to kind of like glue it all together. And it's like a show. You'd bring it out to the table and you would wrap it for them in front. And at first, right, I was all about this.
You're like, this is exciting.
Yeah, well, I'm a natural, born entertainer. So this was an opportunity for me to shine and entertain my table, pimp for tips. And like, oh, look at me. I'm a mushu rapper. And then, I was really into it first. And after a while, like people would order the mushu wrap and inside I would curse them for eternity. And then I would curse their unborn children because it was a pain in the ass and it would slow me down. So then you would see the passion of me doing the mushu wrap fade. And then it just turned into an aggressive, just slap it together and be like, look, it's going in your mouth anyway. Shut up.
Right. It all ends up in the same place.
Yeah. I got fired from that job. All right. You give me one more.
I was fired. I was working for a doctor's office scheduling appointments. I yawned on the phone and got fired.
Oh, just for yawning, huh?
And I'm constantly yawning, and you're like, knock it off.
Yeah, you don't want to yawn into the microphone. I mean, obviously, there's radio faux pas because we are an audio service. But, and plus, I don't like to feel like I'm boring, weirdo. Jesus.
I'm just tired. You're not boring.
I don't know. It means you checked out. Even if you're exhausted and haven't slept in 3 days, if I'm being funny, then you're too busy laughing me on.
Oh, is this how I'm going to get fired? And then I'll know I've made it in radio?
You're my forever. You're not getting fired.
Damn it.
Yeah. Plus, I don't pay you much anyway, so I don't think I can find a replacement. No. All right, let's hit the reset. We got your F My Lives coming up next. Stick around. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. When you're right, you're right. All right, let's get on here. All right, we're back here live on the podcast broadcast. Let me reintroduce to you Ryan from the Tucson Roadrunners. He's my game ops manager. It's the boss right here. And introduce you very first time joining the show, a good friend of mine. We got Brandon. Brandon's my Scorpio brother. I said brother. And that is, and works for me at Tucson Roadrunners as well. And he works at Cup Bop. So, of course, we got games this week. You can go ahead and get those microphones in front of you, Ryan. That microphone right there. And of course, we're going to talk on the air about Tucson Roadrunner stuff. But first, I got to bitch to you, Brandon, because last night I was going to go do a fancy dinner with my daughter, for my birthday, but I wasn't really feeling it. I felt like I was catching a cold or whatever. So I wanted to make it quick and easy. So we swung by Cup Bop, which you work at. And, you know, they ask the question, like, is it your first time? And if it's your first time, they say, what do they say?
We all yell out, extra.
Yeah, they do. It's kind of cringy. I'll tell you the truth.
It's
But,
so cringy.
but what comes along with the extra?
Free pot sticker.
You goddamn right. Free pot sticker, right? So every time I go to Cup Pop, they ask me if on the first time, I say, absolutely it is. Every single time.
We ain't checking cameras.
Yeah, exactly, right? And so, you know, I got the whole extra. And then, of course, the guy's like ready for the spiel. And he's like, hey, well, let me tell you a little about this place. I'm like, yeah, I'll take a number one. Boom, 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 boom.
Right.
I know how to order. I read about it online, right? But
Here's
this
my
is my first
regular
time.
order.
Right? Yeah. So I sat there, I got yelled extra at, and then I come home, I open it up, I'm ready for my free pot sticker, and what have you? Nothing. Right? So I got boned on my birthday. I tried to rip off Cup Pop for a free pot sticker, and they messed it up. So mad. And I'm blaming that on you, Brandon, even though you weren't even there. You got to train these guys a little bit better.
You know what? I got you. You hate to see it. Pull up when I'm there, and I got you next time.
That's true. I need 3. Yeah. You're going to have the homie hookup. You're going to slide like 5 of them with me. I like that you guys are wearing the Roadrunners gear today, too. Looking good. Absolutely. And the team's doing good as well, right? So, you know, we're looking pretty good. Why you look at you? You got a terrible poker face.
Well, I'm just saying that because we lost our last game, but that was on the road. So who cares?
You know, wins and losses happen, you know. So I'm excited to get Brandon in here too, because, you know, it was recently his birthday. But, you know, whenever Brandon has like a favorite new band, we have been talking with them. Like we have them on the show. So he is now on the very same podcast broadcast that has hosted Electric Callboy and Blind Channel, both of your favorite bands right now, right?
Yeah, and I wish I knew earlier that you were gonna be at Electric Callboy, because I pulled up on myself and I would have come and said hi.
No, I would have took care of you. I brought you under the wing. We would have been hanging out with the band. That way you wouldn't have been Eeyoring it out of the venue and driving home by yourself later that night. Hell, you could have carpooled.
I could have, but you know.
Yeah, but did you have fun that night?
Oh yeah, no, it was a great time.
That is my concert experience of the year. That's number one. Like my boyfriend and I are trying to like rate them because we've gone to about 12 shows this year, and that one, top of the list.
Yeah. And you know what? And I'm proud of you for going to a concert by yourself, you know, because that's your fandom. You love that band that much. And it was a band that, you know, is still kind of underground, even though they sold out a nationwide tour, but the mainstream doesn't necessarily know about them. And, you know, it takes a true fan and, you know, to go out there and say, even though I don't have someone riding with me, I'm just going to this show because I want to go to this show. And so much respect on that. But yeah, I am bummed that I found out in hindsight that you were there, because I would have totally been stoked to introduce you to the band, because you would have geeked out, probably peed yourself, and I would have got great video content.
Yeah, I would not have known what to say. I would have been like awkwardly shy, and it probably would have blown up with you just mocking me on the page the entire time.
I'll tell you what.
As
No,
you should.
no. I would have took the lead. I would have took the lead and kind of showed you by example, as I do. You know, and be like, no, this is how you talk to rock stars, bro. First and foremost, they're just people. You're just people that have extraordinary talent. But,
well, and especially with Kevin and Nico, like, trust me, they did 95% of the talking without much prompting. Like, they were fantastic hosts.
German people are nice, man. They're still, you know, they're overcompensating for, you know, history. so they are trying to be the nicest people on the planet.
I bet they love that joke.
Well, there's truth to it for sure. So 100%.
And I remember asking you, like, because I hear all the stories about them being good people. I see all the Tank videos of just them being like the best guys, and I'm like, how much truth is it? Because not only are they one of my favorite bands, but just when you hear stories like that, it just makes you like the band even more.
Yeah.
And when you were like, oh, those stories don't even do it justice, I was like, damn, if only I would have told you beforehand I was gonna be there.
Right. Well, and
from here on out, Brandon, I need a text message of any of your plans if they involve live music venues or just going out in general. It's just so I can give you a thumbs up or a thumbs down, or hey, I'll tag along and be the creepy old guy.
When you mentioned Tank, he is also like the sweetest man on the planet. Very humble.
Tank was super nice.
Yeah.
Doesn't necessarily like radio people, but he was kind enough for us.
Yeah.
And,
he loved us. We're starting to change his opinion on that.
Yeah. All right. What are we doing tonight for college night? What's the game plan? Are we doing an on ice game, or do we have a performance tonight?
So we have the junior Roadrunners 8 and under team scrimmaging on the ice tonight.
Nice.
along with college night. It is also faith and family night. So Azaf has brought out a bunch of church groups.
Oh,
so we'll be playing some different music and stuff like that for that.
And you scheduled me tonight?
Yeah.
This is gonna go well.
Nah. What should we like? Should our KFMA sing along be like "Shout Out the Devil"? Or...
Well, you know what we got to
Just
do.
play
Living on a
POD.
prayer. Living on
Just
a prayer.
play POD.
Highway to Hell.
We are 100%. No, I know. We are 100% doing Living on a Prayer. If it's Faith and Family Night, and if you guys been to a Roadrunners game, you know that we do the KFMA sing along segment, which I appreciate. So we have to do Living on a Prayer for Faith and Family Night. We just do. Look, we're not there to cater to our own personal needs. We're there to cater to the fans and show them a good experience. So if that's the theme tonight, then so be it. Is a Saturday sinful Saturday? Or are we gonna have like a blowback?
I'll propose that next year. I like that.
Satanic temple night.
All the demos in one weekend. Like,
Yeah.
you don't come Friday, be there Saturday. We got you.
Just a weirdo show up with my 666 tattoo and Baphomet tattoo, like ready to go.
That is, we cater to all demographics. It's a sports organization. It's not,
Right.
yeah.
All right, you said
no
the
dis-
8 and under junior team is going to be scrimmaging?
Yeah, they're fun.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I want to see this. Because
It's
the gear
adorbs.
is bigger than they are.
Yeah, unfortunately, you're not allowed tonight. You're not allowed to come into the building.
Nope.
They will burn you at the stake. They're basically how you're going to. We're skipping the metal detectors and we're just splashing people with holy water. And if it steams, turn
You're
around,
out.
walk away. You're not being a part of this. So,
So good.
but yeah, so we got about 35 seconds. We're gonna go on the FM side. And do a quick little tease, and then when we come back, we're gonna do we're basically gonna do promo for the games this weekend, and then I have a bunch of other fun stuff I want to share with you, a couple videos and stuff. So
Okay.
it's gonna be good times, and then we're also gonna talk about all the times I made Brandon cry.
Oh, how'd I know that was coming?
Well, yeah, we have to talk about that. We have to talk about that because
Spent
first
all
off,
night's bracing for it.
look, I feel good and bad about it at the same time. Okay. And I want to grow as a person. I don't want to be a bully. But actually at the same time, like maybe right now I don't. Maybe I feel like I was a deciding factor to turn your life around. I don't know. Maybe I'm taking too much credit. We're gonna find this out, Brandon. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to the show. I wanted to play some new music from Beartooth, but please welcome my friends, game ops manager for the Tucson Roadrunners. We have Ryan Lothman. Good morning, Ryan.
Good morning.
Did I say your last name wrong?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, no. I thought you were gonna say if you said it right, and that's not correct. It's Lothman. Bob says it like that all the time too, and I know that he does it on purpose. He does it on purpose.
I know, but you so confidently said that I did not say it wrong because
I
you
thought
thought
you
I
were
was. Don't assume what I'm going to say. I'm always going to swerve you. I don't even know what I'm going to say, bro.
I know that.
Yeah. Yeah, you've been
Says
working
half
with
the
me for
things
long.
wrong at the games.
Yeah.
Even when he texts and reads it back, he's like, I still don't know what I was trying to say.
Oh yeah, that's a whole other story. And I got my homie Brandon in studio as well. He's part of the game crew. Again, well, what do you describe?
Rally runners.
Yeah, rally runners. He's a cheerleader. I got one of the hottest cheerleaders of Tucson Roadrunners in studio right now with Brandon. We're gonna give you a rundown of what you can expect for the games this weekend and why you want to come out for either tonight or tomorrow and cheer on your Tucson Roadrunners as we continue to make a play for the Calder Cup for the very first time, bringing home a Calder Cup to Tucson. I understand it's early in the season, but these kids kick ass, and we're going to tell you why we're excited about this season and this weekend. Next, after Beartooth's Might Love Myself. New music on Rock 102.1 KFMA. You know the name of the show. Let's go. Clear. You like how I'm going extra low today? I feel because I can hear myself really well in my headphones. So I'm like, hey, how's it going out there? And so if it tickles your anus at any point, just let me know and I'll bring it up a couple octaves because I don't want you getting uncomfortable on the show. Nervous here. All right. So Brandon informed me it was just like a couple weeks ago. Right now, Brandon's been losing weight and I'm super proud of him, right? You proud of him too?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because Ryan and I and Brandon, I think we all three of us been working about the same amount of time. Like when you came in, wasn't that the first season that you were working with us too?
Me and Brandon came in at the same time. So.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So I've known you both about the same amount of time. And And I never gave you a hard time because you're the guy with the $1 million haircut and you're like uber responsible. We had 2 Ryans at one point that were interns. We had Stoner Ryan and then we had future boss Ryan. The difference is
better.
Yeah, they're both going to school. They're both educated. They're both passionate about the product and doing this. But the difference between the two is one was called Stoner Ryan and the other one had a better presentation. And then Brandon came in and he's a U of A student as well and kind of a schlub in a way. He's still a kid. The best way I describe it, Brandon, is that you were coming into this job, but still kind of high school mentality, right? Kind of 0 F's given in my mind. That's how I did. But a couple weeks ago, he informed me before he started his weight loss journey, and I've been super proud of him and like cheering him on every step of the way. Once I started seeing results, being like, "Fuck yeah, this looks great, dude! Like, you're looking good, you're feeling good, you're smiling." This guy, we call him Eeyore. It's me, but
I'm learning of this now.
It's just me. It's not everybody, I swear. But when I said you should invite Eeyore, Ryan knew exactly what I'm talking about.
Cheers, bud.
But yeah, he informed me, and it kind of broke my heart that I made him cry a couple times the first season that we worked together. When was the first time I made you cry? Do you remember what I did?
I mean, I don't remember specifics, but that first year I was very, very nervous about just being good at my job because like rally runner, being game ops / part cheerleader, as you beautifully worded it.
Yeah.
Looking like a Mr. Stay Puft from Ghostbusters doesn't really fit the role. So I was kind of like, okay.
We cover all demographics, though. There's a fetish for everything. So, I see the value. You could still rake up money on OnlyFans if you went full in.
Face of the rally runners right here.
Yeah.
So I was very, very nervous about like doing my job right. And one of the hard things for me, which as you know is still kind of hard for me, is going out of my shell and being like, hey, do you want to play this game on ice at the first intermission?
Confidence.
And every time something would happen or like there was like a slight mistake, or not every time, but there were a couple times where there was a slight mistake, you would turn that around of just like some form of like I don't even know exact.
I would destroy him verbally somehow in a comedic way. Yeah. It would be hilarious, but also like soul crushing. And I do apologize for that.
And I put way too much pressure on myself because normally I'm good with, giving roasts and taking roasts. But I guess I was putting so much of just like, I want to be good at this. I want to impress the people. That as soon as B was like, yeah, no, you suck at this, I was like, all right, I'm gonna cry.
Rock 102.1 KFMA. Yes, we're back here live on the podcast broadcast, and we're reminiscing of all the times that I made Brandon cry. But again, in a motivating way, right? Now, when I was telling you sucked at something, I was encouraging you to suck less to achieve success, right? And a lot of it was a confidence thing where you're just like, oh, I'm just afraid. I'm like, well, stop being a little bitch. Go up there and just talk to people. The worst case scenario in these situations that you'll learn in life, and that's why I'm like so numb to. I'll go up to anybody, ask them any kind of stupid thing. The worst thing is a no, and then moving on. And it's basically their loss. When we're going up to people pre-game and we're saying, hey, we got this really fun thing that we want to involve you with. You're going to be on the ice. You're going to play a game and you're going to win a prize. That's fun if they say yes. Now, a lot of people, when they say no, they don't say no because they hate your face. They're saying no because they're afraid to be in front of a group of people.
Right.
And they don't know what to expect.
Exactly. Yeah. Right. And sometimes I encourage those people as well and to try to get them out of the shell. I kind of apply the same tough love with less vulgarity, because I'm a professional. But to kind of be like, hey, no, you know what? We're going to bring you out of your shell tonight. And this fear, we're going to face it together and you're going to thank me afterwards. And we're going to have a fun time. And I haven't had any blowback from it yet, And so, yeah, it was a fear of rejection, which again, when you're young and it's something that's very difficult to deal with, but that's literally your job to go up there and do it. And so I've encouraged you to do so, and you're doing pretty good at it now. Are you still scared to approach people?
I think I have a little more confidence, but it's still certain games for me, I think, are a little harder just because I think it's harder to sell. I feel like a lot more people, know you obviously. And like, that's why I'm kind of like, hey, do you want to help? Because you're really good at just going, hey, yo, I'm beef, play this game. And they're like, all right, bet.
Yeah.
And
Well, they say no, and I just say, nah, that's a yes. Yeah.
Like I'll pull up and just be like, hi, I'm a rally runner, and just like try to explain everything. And like I'll try. I think I spend too much time trying to figure out the perfect people to play a game that I probably just ignore so many people that are actually willing to do it because I'm trying to fit this criteria.
Right.
I think your approach is you're dead in the water when you approach because you lack the confidence in your approach, right? So that's the key as you go up to them confidently right off the bat. And then that's going to encourage them better. But if you come up like wishy-washy and you leave any room for doubt, it's going to be easier for them to say no.
Right. Or over explaining what's happening.
Yeah.
Like keeping it short and to the point of exactly what you want them to do.
That's
so then that way they can't overthink it.
Yeah. Now tonight's an easier night. It's Faith and Family Night, Tucson Roadrunners. Of course, the puck drop is at 7:05 tonight. Doors open at 6.
6. Yep.
And so tonight we're actually going to have the youth Tucson. What's the official name?
Junior Roadrunners 8 and under team.
Yeah. So the Junior Roadrunners, that's going to be the first intermission entertainment, and that's always fun to see these kids out there really playing. I wish we could mic these kids up, like you see those little viral videos.
God.
So that's
cute.
happening. It's Faith and Family Night, and is there any? And then tomorrow night's college night, right?
Tonight is college night.
Oh yeah, and then tomorrow's Faith and Family Night.
Tonight is college night and Faith and Family Night.
You combine the two? What are you doing, man?
Hitting everybody.
Tomorrow is Hockey Fights Cancer.
Okay, yeah. So Hockey Fights Cancer is always a great night because it raises awareness, and for anyone that has somebody dealing with cancer or unfortunately lost somebody to cancer, it's a great way to kind of show some love and a memory and support of those people. We do it each and every year. It's always a great cause. Are we going to have a custom jersey for that too?
Not this year.
Okay. And so tonight with college night, what's the deal for our college students out there that might want to check out the game?
So it's $10 college student tickets for tonight. Our link is on our social media. Our marketing coordinator, Cole, give him a shout out, has been doing a great job, but you can find the link there. And then
all you need is basically a student ID. So if you go to U of A, you're good. And for my underachiever friends out there, they have Pima County, PCC, they can get $10 tickets as well.
Yeah. So the key on the link is that you just have to use your either Pima or U of A email address when you're checking out. And that's how they validate it.
And if it's an ASU ID, get out.
Yeah, you're not allowed. No ASU students.
We'll take the money though.
Yeah, right.
But come see Josh Doan though.
Yeah, Josh Doan. Of course, Shane Doan's son has been killing it and doing a great job already. And, if you're a fan of your Arizona Coyotes, the stars of today were our boys. They're the ones that are really making a noise up there and showing a lot of hope for the Coyotes. Well, we know them well here in Tucson because we've been cheering them on for years. They've been a part of this team. And that's what's so great about these games is getting out there and you seeing some professional hockey action. These guys are hungry. But then you get to know them like basically hipster level before they were big, and then you get even prouder when you watch these games like the Coyotes in the NHL, where you're like, I knew when this in Tucson. I remember when he was living in an apartment. It was a nice apartment, but still it was an apartment. And then Saturday for Hockey Fights Cancer Night, do we have a game for intermission?
We have a performance from West Coast Karate.
Okay.
Hey.
In this performance,
fighting off cancer.
Yes, in the performance, can we have Brandon dress up as cancer and then have them just kick Brandon several times?
Do a karate demonstration.
I mean, I'm not gonna say no. I am built like a punching bag. We are good.
Yeah, so we got 2 games happening this weekend, Friday and Saturday. We're gonna keep the conversation going on the podcast broadcast. We got more coming up right after this on Rock 102.1 KFMA.
Until you get kicked in the shins and then you just go straight down.
There you go. I'm clear right now.
Okay.
All right. But that was funny, Brandon. Let's see some of the comments here. Free pot sticker. I know you would have hooked it up, Gary. And sorry I didn't go to I was going to go to Charles Del Rey. But again, I was feeling a little under the weather and unmotivated. And, it was what it was. And it ended up being super busy at Charles Del Rey because the Jersey Shorecast ate there. So, now... It's just blowing up business. So congratulations on that. And you would have hooked it up. And I do appreciate it. And I hope that I could cash in that birthday dinner sometime here in the foreseeable future. Maybe when I'm on a date so I could be feel like a baller. So if I could cash it in next year, because I think I'm suspending myself from dates for the rest of the year.
Oh my God. It was wonderful when we went to Churro Steak Del Rey. Oh, it was so good.
It's
It was
always
delicious. Like the decorations, the atmosphere, everything was like, oh, I felt fancy. And they put us like right next to the front windows, which like are like bay windows and they open up.
Mhm.
Oh, it was fancy.
Yeah. Buddy Todd says, oh, it's cute when beef tries to justify his abuse. So there was another thing, I do remember snapping at Brandon. Did you cry after this? Let's play a new game. Did you cry?
All right, let's go.
All right. I know you remember this, but did you cry when you showed up to our pregame meeting wearing nothing but your wife beater and pants?
No, that's a rare no cry, but that was a little more embarrassment of like, oh wait, this is an undershirt.
Yeah. I look at Brandon, right? And Brandon, and this is before he started losing weight too, but he looks like an extra in The Sopranos. Okay. He's Italian, he's from Jersey. There's similarities here, and that's why I got love for him. But we go in our pregame meeting, and this guy's fucking white beater looking like a Tony Soprano's stunt double. Kind of like this. And I was like, oh. Are we just showing up to meetings in our fucking underwear now? Like, that's underwear, right? Like, no, don't do that.
I had done this like 4 meetings in a row before it was finally called out too. So I was just thinking we were vibing.
No, yeah, I was like, we aren't vibing, dude. You need to stop this shit immediately. I gave him a pass. I didn't jump on his shit immediately. But when I saw this was a trend, and I'm like, dude, and again, this is a multi-million-dollar corporation that we're working for, right? The Arizona Coyotes and the umbrella. Right. So the difference between, just in the meetings, presentation is key. This dude tucked in his shirt, got a fucking $1 million haircut. This dude,
he was an intern,
shows up half naked. Yeah, he's an intern. He wasn't getting paid, bro. You were getting paid. And so now he's the boss, and I mean, luckily he didn't get fired, which is good. But yeah, you can't show up to meetings in your underwear.
How'd I not get fired?
Well, not too many people were replying, right?
We blessed.
We blessed.
There's a supply issue out there.
Hashtag blessed.
Okay, so that was a rare no cry, which is good. Well, point for me.
right.
But yeah, I mean, I did not hold back on that. Seeing it the fourth time and stuff, I just wasn't having one of those days.
You
So
lost
I
it.
just looked at Brandon. I'm like, no, we're not doing this anymore. This is done.
We have to stop the meeting.
I was waiting to see it, because obviously I'm not a boss. I'm the talent, right?
Mhm.
So I wasn't trying to step on like Mark or Kristen's. It was Kristen at the time. Toes. But I'm like, if she ain't gonna say nothing, I gotta help this motherfucker out right now because he's showing up to work in his underwear.
I might have to do it again tonight. Run it back, see your reaction.
Oh, I mean, it's, again, trying to keep you, trying to keep you employed, man. Eventually, so obviously Kristen didn't care, but that would have been a bad look on Kristen. Say the president of the Tucson Roadrunners comes in for the pre-meeting, not the Roadrunners, because Bob's nice. The Coyotes, right? The owner of the Coyotes comes in. Here's your worst case scenario, right? To the pre-show or a pre-game meeting to see how we operate. Looks over and again sees Baloney Soprano in his white beater, just with bad posture, just chilling. Be like, who let this guy in? Yeah. Like, oh no, he's our cheerleader. Like, this whole operation is shut down immediately. Like.
Relocated the team. Let's go, boys.
Seriously, because that would have been the defense. Like, who is this guy? And then somebody, and it would have to be Kristen because she was just the boss at the time, would have to explain to the owner of the Coyotes that this guy,
This is my new
white
rally runner
beater,
that I hired.
yeah, is our cheerleader. And
This dude's here to hype up the fans.
yeah, it's a bad reflection in the operation. It's a bad reflection of Tucson.
I'll just stick a Roadrunner sticker on the front, call it a t-shirt.
But he's got a C cup, so it's all right.
It was a D cup though. It's going down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You said I got to make money somehow, right?
Yeah. I mean, and there's a fetish for everything. We learn this. But yeah, so that was my argument, and that was a rare no cry, which is good because I thought for sure that was a cry.
That was just an embarrassment of like whoop.
Yeah, but again, the whole goal, the object of giving you a hard time was to kind of just motivate you into the right direction of like, hey, this is what we do. We got to step it up, and we're professional, and take the extra steps. It just helps us out as bigger guys. taking extra steps. So
I mean, not even joking. Like I started the weight loss kind of at the end of last season, and with all like the roast you would give me to kind of motivate me, quote unquote, I kind of used at the I was like, all right, so I'm not going to see beef for like a couple months now. Like I need to lose enough where he looks at me and goes, oh, damn. Okay. I see you. So that was like honestly a little bit of motivation there.
See how that works?
You
Reverse
posted a picture of
psychology.
Beef's face in front of his spin
Punching it,
cycle.
like, oh, yeah.
At spin class, he's just seething.
They
looking
mentioned
at you.
beef one time, and I'm going full sprints on that bike.
It works though. It works. And I am proud of it, but you know, I'm not proud enough. So keep it up.
Cheers, bud. See you next year.
Yeah, exactly. I will not make eye contact with you for the rest of the season. Just so when I do look back over, it'll be like, you know, a new guy, you know, somebody that could be an extra on the Jersey Shore as opposed to somebody who's just eating a sandwich on the Jersey Shore.
That's why he sat me in front of the screen, so it doesn't have to look at me right now.
That's I can see you on my screen though, so I got that going on. But yeah, it's good stuff. All right, well, let me hit the reset, and we got some viral videos I want to share with you. Real quick, I'm going to show you this picture right here. This was the speaking of OnlyFans, the latest teacher to get fired for having an OnlyFans page, and now she has her OnlyFans page back up under her real name. She was an alias, and this is the second teacher in the same school, right? So I shouted out Miss Wilson as a teacher that I had.
Is this in Tucson?
No,
Missouri.
Okay.
there are definitely teachers in Tucson that have OnlyFans, and you know, I don't know who they are, but I wouldn't out them if I did. But it's because of, you know, again, they're not making money, so they need to do what they need to do, and I don't even blame them at this point. All I could do is support them.
Subscribe.
All right, I got some viral videos I want to share with you. But earlier this morning, a weirdo gave us the rundown on some music news that you need to know. And in case you missed it, well, know something like this. Check it out. Yes, we got Weirdo here to report on all things happening in the music world. What do we got, Weirdo?
Well, Five Finger Death Punch is going to be celebrating the 10th anniversary of The Wrong Side of Heaven and The Righteous Side of Hell Volumes 1 and 2 by releasing a limited edition box set, which will be available again on vinyl and also the digital version as of December 1st.
It's interesting that they're releasing a digital version too, because I think, you know, it's more for collectors to get the vinyl. I knew the vinyl was coming from a mile away.
Yeah.
But yes, you know, those are two iconic albums that definitely put that band on the map, right?
Right. With, you know, songs like Wrong Side of Heaven and Battleborn. And then they did do a couple covers of like House of the Rising Sun.
Yeah.
Mama Said Knock You Out with Tech 9. And then a cover of Burn MFer.
Yes.
But they actually did it with Rob Zombie and had not released it until this morning.
Oh, nice. So are you telling me that's online right now?
It is online right now on
Awesome.
Spotify. Gave it a little listen, and it is fantastic.
Okay, nice. Is Rob Zombie prominent in there?
He is.
Okay, good. So is it the band just playing and Rob Zombie doing the vocals? Or?
Both Ivan Moody and Rob Zombie doing the vocals, and then also together. So yeah, so really good. So getting everybody hyped up for that 10th anniversary edition that will be released December 1st.
Okay, yeah, that's just in time for the holidays, right? So, yeah,
exactly.
I see what they're doing. What else going on in the world of music?
Well, Queens of the Stone Age lead singer Josh Homme, in a recent interview, he's had a really bad 18 months.
Oh, no. What happened?
So he was awarded full custody of his 3 children and a restraining order from his ex-wife.
Right.
He had 9 people in his life pass away, including Taylor Hawkins and then former bandmate Mart Lanigan.
9 people, huh?
9. And then he also received a cancer diagnosis, receiving treatments and undergoing surgery.
Wow.
But he did turn it around being like, listen, I had a little heartache, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but I've also never learned so much so quickly. And I'm sort of thankful for it on the end because I feel closer to the things I truly love. He's just trying to find the light in all this, and he has received the all clear from cancer.
That's great news. And also, that should be great news for Queens of the Stone Age fans because so much inspiration in the 18 months of the highs and the lows and lots of lows.
Exactly.
And I know that Josh probably took to the pen and pad and picked up the guitar and created some beautiful work. And hopefully that'll be something that we'll be able to hear next year and he can turn it all around. 9 people, though.
Yeah, 9
in 18 months.
Man, that's just a lot. And, you know, the fact that they just kicked off their tour in the UK, they will be in Phoenix on December 5th. So something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Maybe, again, an early Christmas present. But yeah, that's that's a rough time. But David Draymond did the same thing with their last album, took all that heartache and put in beautiful music.
Yeah. Now, did he disclose what type of cancer he had?
He did not. He did not go into full detail, other than he did go under treatment and surgery, but it is all clear now.
Probably like melanoma, right?
Maybe.
Do you do treatment for melanoma? I know you like kind of cut it out, but
yeah, not sure.
I mean, that's the part of the heartache of getting older too. Then the passing aways are more and more frequent.
Exactly.
Terrifying. All right, what else going on?
All right, so last thing, with the announcement of Nintendo going into more live action and movies, they're going to be doing Legend of Zelda, and of course, the internet's been all ablaze of who could play Link and Zelda. Like, I don't know, I'm a big fan of Tom Holland as Link, but
yeah, the internet and you and your family, because seriously, we're having nerd debates all over this.
Yes, we were, and I mean, my boyfriend and I were Link and Zelda last year for Halloween.
Yes.
So somebody else is throwing their hat in the ring, and I'm really upset about this. Machine Gun Kelly said there's going to be problems if he is not cast.
Yeah, right. Well, good luck. Okay, tough guy.
Right. He's had one role. He's acted in one thing, right?
No, he's acted in a couple things, and he showed a little bit of acting chops for sure. He's also been in a couple stinkers, but the dude is a beanpole, like 6'5". Not gonna happen, bro.
No.
His best role that he pulled off might have been as Tommy Lee in The Dirt.
Yeah.
I think he did pretty well there. There's another movie that I saw him in that I thought he was okay in as well. But I also saw his movie Good Morning that he produced and did with Mod Sun. And seriously, if you could watch more than 15 minutes of that straight, you deserve a gold medal because it is torture. It really is that bad. And Megan Fox is in that too. So you would think just for to be able to look at Megan Fox, it would keep you interested enough. It was that terrible.
Oh, God. Well, considering that they were both Link and Zelda last year for Halloween, I'm really disappointed in myself.
You should. Speaking of Motley Crue, I do want to play this for you real quick because I just thought this was super fun and this will fit in music news in a way. Retro favorites, Postmodern Jukebox. You know them. Yeah, they go viral on YouTube all the time. Well, they always take, classic songs and they reimagine them. And I love their reimaginations. The latest one that they did was the Def Leppard song, Pour Some Sugar on Me. And I was like, speaking of Motley Crue, Def Leppard. Whatever. It's all butt rock to me. All right. So, so they did Pour Some Sugar on Me. Now, this is a strip club anthem and it's a club anthem. I mean, I probably played Pour Some Sugar on Me as a DJ over 2,000 times.
Yeah.
At least. At least. So I really got a kick out of this version. Check. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents as we're hanging out here with the whole crew. Weirdo. We got Ryan and Brandon from your Tucson Roadrunners. You can join us youtube.com/beefvegan. I guess the top story for stoners out there is Snoop Dogg saying that he's quitting on National Smokeout Day. And the debate is whether he is being real or not. I mean, based off that, everyone knows who Snoop Dogg is. Brandon, do you think this is legit that he's going to be quitting weed again?
I feel like it can't be just because he's so synonymous with it. I mean, the message itself was like very, very vague. So I don't know. Maybe it's a promo for new music or something. But I mean, I feel like it can be. You can't just disassociate those two from each other.
Right. I mean, honestly, in a modern day and age, like he is the new kind of Willie Nelson or new Cheech and Chong, the new person who's the synonymous, like the most famous stoner. If you're going to make a weed reference joke, you usually say it's like, it's cloudier in here than a Snoop Dogg concert, right? Like something like that. Now he may be giving up on this. It's not the first time he's given up on weed. If you recall, he actually quit way back when you guys were still kids and the early 2000s, and he did it for various reasons. But if he's doing it for health, I could see that being a possibility because he said, and his blunt roller that he hired that made 6 figures a year, right? $100,000 a year for rolling blunts for Snoop Dogg, said that Snoop is smoking 150 blunts a day, right?
But was he actually smoking them, or was he like smoking some and then like giving him to like staff or whoever he might have
share
been
a little bit for sure? And you never wanted to hit Snoop Dogg stuff because every single person that has ever like shared a blunt with Snoop Dogg has always came back with horror stories like, oh, so high, man, I saw the devil. You would white out because he wasn't even smoking like Reggie or mids. He was smoking the high quality stuff. But I look beyond that. Not even the weed, right? The weed isn't even the problem. 150 blunts. Those are tobacco leaves. Dude, that's like chain smoking like 3 packs of cigarettes a day, and that itself, like the weed's not going to offset it and make it like a healthier way to consume tobacco.
Right.
Unfiltered tobacco too. Honestly, it's the whole idea that they enjoy blunts is probably the least healthiest way that you can consume THC. Now, in an interview from a few years ago, Snoop explained why he smoked all that weed anyways, and here's what he had to say about it in this clip. So let's check it out. Yeah. So I recently participated in an infused dinner, Tucson Doobie put on, right?
Yeah.
And I witnessed some peace, but I also witnessed some terror in people's eyes as they're too high and didn't know where they were for a moment. In fact, actually, I've met with the bartender of at Dante's Fire at Dusk Music Festival, and she worked that event, and she's like, it was the oddest thing. I saw all you guys coming in and here in the room, all like laughing and talking. And then when you guys left, nobody said a word and walked out single file like zombies with all that peace and love in the air. Just like, get us out of here.
Oh man, I just recently started, experimenting with edibles, and like to me it's treacherous because I'm like, what if I just do like 2 milligrams too much?
Yeah.
So I found something that works and I'm sticking with it. Like I'm not experimenting anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we make our own.
Yeah. And you got me scared, actually. And Weirdo gifted me for my birthday like 11 weed brownies. And I'm like, what a great way to say, hey, happy birthday. I don't really like you and you're going to die. Because look,
there's the same amount of milligrams that I do. And I never really smoked weed to begin with. Like I'm not.
Here's a problem.
Sprinkles on it.
No, here's
Brodies.
Yeah, dude. Here's the problem, Weirdo. I don't necessarily eat weed, right? But I eat the F out of brownies, so you got me so torn. And these brownies look delicious, just like good brownies.
Mm-hmm. My girlfriend made them.
I would give you one to try, but I don't want to drug my boss, right? And like I can't figure out a day in my schedule, with the exception of next week when these are going to be all stale and Thanksgiving.
Eat one tonight after you have your dinner for dessert, and then you just chill and you go to bed.
We have a game tonight.
Yeah, dude, I'm working tonight.
After the game.
When do you think I eat dinner? At 10 o'clock, man?
So go home and then eat it.
Yeah, and so then I'm tripping balls at midnight.
You're not going to be... I didn't put psychedelics in them. It's just a little weed.
Yeah.
All right, Brian, I'm calling out of the game tonight. Give me a replace. I got have Yaz take over.
I cannot believe I'm about to sit here and give beef reassurance of my weed brownies not going to mess him up that bad.
I'm telling you, you're playing with fire because,
I am not.
Because two things are going to happen today. Because today is National Unfriend Day. And this has been a thing that's been around for about 15 years. I think Jimmy Kimmel came up with this, right? So it's a thing. This is where you go through your social media and you unfriend people.
Oh, no, I do that on their birthdays.
Now, what's odd? Well, my birthday was yesterday, right?
I didn't unfriend you.
No, I know. But my birthday was yesterday, and of course, people said happy birthday. But a lot of people didn't say happy birthday. Now it's National Unfriend Day. So I'm just going through. Did you say happy birthday? Unfriend. Did you say unfriend? Did you give me 11 weed brownies so I would gain 20 pounds and lose my job? Unfriend, bro. Unfriend.
It's going to be a hell of a story.
Hey, Beef, happy birthday.
Yeah, thanks, bud. Thanks, bud. Here, I'm so grateful. Have a brownie. Claire. All right, so that was our out. And I do want to try it because it looks really tasty, man. I just love brownies. You are the devil. This is why you can't go to the game tonight.
Even though I'm supposed to voice try, like I will eat one after the show. Like it just makes you chill. Like I said, it's not freaking shrooms.
Yeah, I don't know.
Acting like I'm gonna get you lost in the desert or something.
Yeah.
Naked.
Yeah, I've driven to
wearing his freaking wife beater.
Local radio, man.
Like a hoodie. Snuggle up to it. Yes.
There's a story for the Tucson High Times or whatever. Local radio DJ found wandering in the desert in a wife beater. Tucson High Times. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
no, Tucson Times.
Just Times. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's Rico's site. You should know better. Yeah. All the support.
Oh yeah, all the support, all the love.
Yeah, I did get a comment from Elizabeth on the Beef Vegan Presents Facebook page when we're talking about the OnlyFans, where my PSA of the day that, either pay teachers more or hire unattractive teachers. She was cracking up at the hire unattractive part. But I mean, I stand by it. I mean, I think those are wise words. If you don't want teachers to just switch to OnlyFans, that's the only way to go. Right? That's why, Ryan didn't want our cheerleaders to be OnlyFans models. So he hired Brandon.
We still blessed.
Yeah, he's still blessed. So, okay. How much weight have you lost in total so far?
I have lost 50 pounds since April.
50 pounds.
Congrats.
Yeah, that's huge, right? In fact, I could pull up Brandon's Facebook page so we can see some before and afters. And so what you started going to spin class at Vasa? Is that how you did that?
Yeah, I started well, it originally started off with just kind of watching what I was eating. Try to do like healthier versions of things I normally eat, cutting off sugars, cutting off sodas, and then going to the gym a little bit. And then once I swapped to Vasa, I started doing HIIT classes and spin and kind of fell in love with those.
The high impact training classes.
Yeah. So
see, look at you.
I'm not gonna say it.
You're so fit. What? You're not gonna say what?
I'm not gonna say anything about my gym.
Oh, you
Not
can
gonna
say
do it.
whatever. Well, she's a CrossFitter, so of course you could go ahead.
Yeah,
and
but
say
you're
it.
constantly giving me shit about bringing it up.
Well, you just like vegans.
No, but but
high about CrossFit.
But high impact training
Mhm.
has results. Like you just show up, do what they tell you to do,
Right.
and you to me, it's the most it's the biggest way to just remove your brain out of the situation. Just show up, do what they tell you, go home, don't think about it anymore.
And that was like the biggest reason I switched to Vasa, because they had it, because I knew a little bit what I was doing in the gym, but it was always the same routine, the same stuff. And I kind of sat there and I was like,
boring.
I need to get my ass kicked. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. I need to do 50 minutes of damn, can I really do this? And then I realized it's the most rewarding feeling afterwards when you finish it. So I did that and then found that I was like, oh, spin class is perfect for me. Like club lights, club music, just a good way to try to do some cardio.
Yeah.
I fell in love with both of those. So it's kind of just constantly dragging me there. And it's I'm shocked that I've been able to keep it up this long, but not close to where I want to be. So it's time to keep going.
Yeah. And just keep going. Hold on real quick. Look at the screen. So this is Brandon just last season after working a game with me. And there you go. So that is at your peak weight. You weighed how much?
310 with a beautiful smile like that.
Yeah.
Look at those bedroom eyes.
Yeah.
You know how to do it to him.
I'm concerned that that's how he looks while he's working a game that I'm putting on.
Yeah. Well, that was last season, though.
In my defense, that carpet was hard to pull. that was a performance carpet.
And I said, yeah, pull that fucking carpet, bitch. You need to lose weight. Let's go. Let's go. Pull it,
Hard labor.
Yeah, when you cry on the ice, it's a little hard now.
It's just gonna freeze over. You're helping out the Zamboni driver at that point.
Yeah.
Now, how many times during a high impact training session in that 50 minutes, how many times are you reassessing all of your life decisions? Because I do it at least 3 times every day at the gym. I'm like, why am I here?
As soon as they show me what exercises I'm doing.
Right. You look at the whiteboard and you're like, and what the hell am I doing? I'm going to die.
They're like, warm up's over. Here's what we're doing. And I'm like, I have a torn shoulder. What do you mean I'm doing planks?
Yeah.
Planks the way to go, though. Planks is a great exercise. I was telling our buddy Powers, when he wanted to get into dating, to start doing planks and push-ups. So planks just for, for sex. Like if you work planks, that's the strength that you need in your core to be able to be decent at sex. And decent is what we aim for.
Add kettlebell swings into that as well.
For you, because you need to back it up. When you gotta jerk it with 2 hands.
4 dudes. 4 dudes.
For 4 dudes? That is ridiculous. They don't need any of that.
Pause.
Yeah.
He's all, hold on.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. You don't even understand the majority of these jokes because you know nothing about me.
No, everyone knows the joke. Exercise for 4 dudes. But, she's poly as well. So she has 2 guys and 1 girl in her bed every single night. Legitimately sleeping with them. Yeah. That's why she can't come out to the game tonight. It's basically family night.
No, because it's my 10-year-old's birthday party. Thank you very much. You're wholesome, Polly.
Yeah, well, and that's great too. But at the same time, it's good entertainment for kids to come out.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what night we're gonna come out.
Yeah, you just say the word, and we'll show you a good time. That's what we do, In fact, actually, I was asked on the DL from management. They were just like, "Hey," they kind of pulled me aside and they're like, how's the kid doing? And I was like, he's actually doing really good. Why? Did you hear anything otherwise? He's like, no, I just wanted to know. What you thought? I'm like, yeah, I think he's fucking killing it, dude. Like everything's good. And it's been feeling good too, right? Pretty smooth. Yeah. I gotta call Mark too and give him an update because and because I know he'll be proud of it too. Because last season it was such a weird season, and Ryan is an example of being the right person in the right place at the right time. And he had an incredible opportunity for somebody fresh out of college to be able to take this game ops position. And through all of last season, he got to work alongside what I consider one of the best, dude, because this our boss, Mark, who hired me, who, obviously just kind of overseen Kristen, hired Ryan, but he's working at NHL right now, right?
He's in Sweden right now too, because they're doing games over in Sweden.
Yeah.
And I've been texting him and stuff too.
Yeah. So I mean, he is the go-to guy when they're like, hey man, we got a problem with our organization. Can you come down and fix it? Like he's the fixer, right? And with tons of experience and just really very knowledgeable at the craft, which is, to put on an entertaining game, within a game. So he had that ability to train alongside him and stuff. And then this year was the training wheels were off, right? And Mark wasn't coming back. And it was just like, sink or swim time. And dude's like a floaty. You know what I mean? You don't see him below the surface. I haven't even seen you sweat yet. Yeah, I haven't. Yeah. Has there been any moments where you're like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit?
Not this season yet.
Yeah. It'll come.
Oh, I mean, it'll come.
Things happen,
And so this was not the original plan to have the training wheels completely off.
Right.
He was gonna, be there for the Coyotes game and opening night and probably military night too, because of the auction and everything. But then he took that job with the Wild.
Yep.
That he wasn't planning to take, and so now he can't be here for.
They gave him an offer he couldn't refuse. Is it? Oh no, that's a joke on you, BJ.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. But yeah. So it worked out good. I think, honestly, like it's been solid. And already your league's above our worst one that we've had. Leagues. And I'm not even talking about Kristen.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm talking about the one before. Terrible. I mean, I was going to quit. Like at the end of the season, if she was coming back for that next season, I was out. I was just like, no, it's just not even close to being fun anymore. You know, and that's where, even though it's beneficial for me to be out there and shake hands and kiss babies and it was just like, that's how bad management can be and really just like ruin an organization on the inside. The people won't want to work with you, people that may be good at their job or maybe okay at best. So tonight I got Yaz as my co-host. Tomorrow I got Crystal as my co-host.
Yes.
Yo host.
Yeah. Pirate night. We should do that.
Hey, yo, I'm about it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Pirate night would go big. All right.
Shot through a cannon.
Yes. I want to show you this clip real quick while we're on it, because we like to share viral videos. There's a grandmother who's disappointed at her 38-year-old granddaughter because her 38-year-old granddaughter is still single, right? And the grandmother's like 107. So senior citizens and children, they give 0 Fs and have no filter, and they just tell it like it is, and that's what I love them for. So check out Grandma
8
roasting.
I've never been there. Have you ever been there? Really, Nana? 38 years old. Really? I've never been there. No children or nothing. You sure missed a lot of life. Why do I have to get married and have kids to have a good life? You do have no good life. I do. You don't go nowhere. I do. I just got back from a trip. By yourself, no man. If you don't have a man, you ain't nothing. Really? I'm not nothing without a man, huh? You're not a lesbian, are you? Are you? No, I had a husband. Say that, huh? I still have sex. You what? I still have sex. I know you do, but that's not right. That's dirty. Sleeping around like a... Oh, it's one person. One person. Sleeping around like a... Get your hand out of my pocket! I'm 38.
Yeah, so
I've never been there.
I love her. That's right. Sleeping around like a slut. Grandma just saying it and telling us it like it is. Just how it is. I'm going to share with you and we're gonna be on the air real quick. And I want to share this. I shared it in the morning, and then I'm gonna play you when Steve-O got punked by Raekwon of the Wu-Tang Clan. Steve-O told this story on his Facebook page. This video is amazing, but we're gonna do that strictly on the podcast broadcast stream. Let's go on with a real quick break talking about mother-in-laws. You're not married yet, right?
I'm not.
Yeah. I will give you some advice here. 2 seconds. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. As we're hanging out here with Ryan and Brandon from your Tucson Roadrunners. Of course, we got a game tonight and a game tomorrow night. Tonight is Faith Family Night and also College Night. And those two combinations won't go bad at all. And it's actually a really good time to have them both out. And it gets really, like, the crowd gets really into it on College Night. So it's going to be a fun, loud game. And tomorrow night is Stand Back Against Cancer or Stand Up Against
Hockey Fights Cancer.
Hockey Fights Cancer. There you go. That's the branding. I like it. Yeah.
The official wording.
Yeah. And that's going to be a fantastic time too. So hopefully we see you guys tonight and tomorrow or both nights at the TCC for your Tucson Roadrunners. Earlier this morning, I played this clip on the air, but you're going to be able to see the video of this. Here's the backstory real quick. And a warning to you, Brandon or Ryan. You're in a relationship right now. Have you met your girlfriend's mother?
Yes.
Does she like you?
I believe so.
Yeah, and I believe so too.
You better hope so.
With that haircut, for sure. So my advice to you is never get in your girlfriend's mom or your future wife's mom's bad side. The mother-in-laws, the hell have no fury like a mother-in-law scorn. There was one mother-in-law actually in 2014. She got arrested for shooting her son-in-law 15 times. 15 times. That's how much she hated this son of a bitch for marrying her daughter, right? And so she was being investigated by detectives. And of course, you know, when you're in the interrogation room, they got a camera on you. And at the time that she was being interrogated by these detectives, they informed her that the man that she sought 15 times, her son-in-law, had died. All right. This was her reaction to hearing that news. You ready for this?
He's dead. He's dead, man. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh boy, oh boy.
You don't feel bad about it?
No.
Would you do it again?
Yes.
First of all, she did it, went along her day, went on some errands, and even went gambling. That's how much she was.
Yeah.
It was just a thing she checked off the to-do list. Like,
yeah, she was a very busy day. And the fact that she found out that she completed her mission, she this is the first time the detectives ever had somebody, a murder suspect, who was informed that the person died. That you have the reaction where she grabs their arms like a grandmother would to just show appreciation and say thank you and then do a happy dance. Amazing. So again, if you do end up getting married to your girlfriend, stay on your mother-in-law's good side. Okay.
Yeah. Fair warning.
Yeah. All right. We're going to hit the reset on the podcast broadcast side. We're going to play the video that Steve-O shared about the time he got punked out by Raekwon of the Wu-Tang Clan. Your beef tip coming up after these words on Rock 102.1 KFMA. I do want to show that you guys a fan of Steve-O by chance?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, who isn't, right? He's a likable guy. He sounds like me. Which is good for him. And he shared this on Facebook, and he's been doing pretty good video content. He's podcasting for a while. But he's going to share this story of the time that he went on stage and did a stunt to honor ODB after he passed away. Now, Steve-O actually was in jail with Old Dirty Bastard in LA. So he was cellmates with them. So he knew him on a personal level and even partied with them on one of his shows where Old Dirty Bastard was smoking a blunt of PCP on stage. Then ended up passing out. At the time, Steve-O was partying that hard where he celebrated the fact that he was smoking PCP on stage. He's like, he's the man. So then after ODB passed, Method Man did an episode of Wild Boys. And he became friends with Method Man. And then Wu-Tang was playing the Rock the Bells Music Festival. And Steve-O went out to that festival and met up with his old friends RZA and Method Man and said he wanted to do a tribute to ODB. Now, ODB's mom was there. The tribute was that he was going to give himself a mangina completely naked and do a backflip. He did that. But Raekwon did not like it. And here's what happened after that. Check this out.
this. Then it's time for the ODB tribute, and they bring ODB's mom out on stage. They introduce me to her.
Miss Cherry, this Steve-O. This is one of your bastard sons right here.
And then Method Man gives me the mic.
I was in Los Angeles County Jail. 2 felony charges, and I was facing 8 years in prison, right?
After rambling for minutes on end, I'm finally ready to do my stunt. Sure enough, I end up totally naked, flip my junk back and forth, and catch it in a mangina. I do the backflip, and I am stoked. The crowd is confused, but not as confused as the people on stage.
This nigga's a fucking crackhead or something, man. I told him not to do this. You see?
Then they break into Shimmy Ya by ODB, and I am so hyped because I just feel like I've made my hero so proud. I'm certain that he's smiling down on me from heaven. Then all of a sudden, Raekwon of the Wu-Tang Clan stops the show completely. He grabs me by my neck and drags me to the front of the stage.
I didn't appreciate that, and I'm gonna tell you right now, in front of all these people, you're gonna apologize or I'm gonna knock you out in front of all these people. I'm not playing, straight up, that was disrespectful, you know what I'm saying? I'm ready to fuck you up, so you better apologize right now, and I'm going to jail, straight up.
I've never considered myself a tough guy, but even I was surprised by what a bitch I was in that moment.
Hey, I apologize, dude. I mean, I honestly did not mean any disrespect. I came here because I love Dirty. And I'm sorry.
Yo, apologize to his mom. Yo, Mom, can you come here for a minute, please, Mom?
Then he made me apologize to ODB's mom.
I will tear this nigga the fuck up. I don't give a fuck who he is. That's real.
After that, I was allowed to go. And security told us that I really should go because I was definitely not safe.
Yeah.
Of course, I was totally humiliated by the experience. And ever since then, I've done everything I can to express that I meant no disrespect. I really tried to make it right. I talked to Method Man.
For all the stuff I do, I've never been the guy who tried to offend people or upset people, you know?
I talked to RZA.
Your way of expressing art is your way. You know what I mean? And as artists, we all find different ways to do it, and you did it.
I've reached out to Raekwon to try to make it right with him as well, but Raekwon is not interested in talking to me about it.
You know, I was shocked. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, nigga, this is on stage naked.
If I ever do get the chance to meet Raekwon, I hope that we can be cool. But if he makes me apologize again, I absolutely will very quickly. And Wu-Tang forever.
There you go. So that was Steve-O's experience with the Wu-Tang Clan and almost getting knocked out in front of 10,000 people by Raekwon the Chef. Amazing, right?
My God, the stories he has.
I know. The ones that he can remember. I'm telling you.
Right.
There's a DVD out there that doesn't exist anymore, shouldn't. It's called PCP Saved My Life. It's Steve-O filming himself while he's cracked out on PCP, the most disturbing thing you'll ever see in your life. I guarantee it. Rock 102.1 KFMA. We are all done with the show.
Nice.
Yeah, good time. You know, we have a lot of stuff going on here with your Tucson Roadrunners. Don't forget, tonight we got a game at the TCC. Tomorrow we have a game at the TCC. Puck drops 7:00. Doors open at 6, and you can join us. And college night is tonight. So if you have a college ID, you can get your tickets for $10. And then there'll be beer and stuff, and it's faith and family night. Tomorrow is hockey fights against cancer, and hockey knocks cancer's teeth out. Something like that.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how it works, right?
Yeah, exactly. Just one tooth at a time. We'll get you hockey one of these times.
Are we getting hockey or cancer?
Oh, damn it. Yeah, we're getting cancer. Sorry. Yeah. Well, you know, hockey's record is pretty impressive. I'm sorry. Cancer. Okay, we're out of here. Brandon, I'd like to thank you so much for coming in. Ryan, I'd like to thank you so much for coming in. We'll see you this Tuesday. Weirdo, always a pleasure. It's been a great week. Thank you guys for reaching out. Next week, hopefully, we'll have our phones back up and we'll be giving you lots of concert tickets to pay back for a very short week. Until then, Robin Nash is up next. Enjoy the rest of your day. Drive safe, ride safe, and as always, rock local. Later.
When you wish upon
kind of verbally melted down there at the end.
Thank
you guys for watching.
Your grief. But if you've been mean or kind of bad, I will knock out all